Today is all about pencils, friends. So I'm going to use only pencils in my art lesson today. So the only thing you need is paper, pencils, and maybe an eraser if you make a mistake. Okay, everybody, let's get started on today's art project. Okay, so I have my pencil here. We're going to practice a couple different techniques using just our pencils. This is my pencil in front of me. It is going to be my model. So when I draw a pencil, I want to make sure I have a pencil in front of me, plus the pencil that I'm drawing with, and my big giant eraser. So the first thing I'm going to show you is if you use a lot of lead on your paper. So I'm taking the pencil and I have it on its side, not facing up and down like this. So I'm drawing on the point, I'm drawing on the side, and I'm drawing and sort of almost coloring with my pencil a big area. Now, this will only work if you use the side. If you use the tip of the pencil, it's going to kind of indent the paper and make it too dark, where you can't go in and remove. So now I can go in and take away. So with the eraser on my pencil, I have drawn a heart, and I've got what's left behind is a heart. I can even go in and clean it up a little bit. I can also do this same thing with my big eraser, but the big eraser will erase more. So another technique you can use with pencils, if you take your pencil and again coloring on the side, if I want to shade something in and kind of show a shadow or maybe a reflection, I can rub my pencil where I have a lot of the lead color and rub it over, and you can see I'm sort of getting a gradient here. And I'm pushing and blending the lead this way on my paper. This will make your finger very dirty, but your eraser can take care of that, getting it off on the eraser, or you can go wash your hands. Okay, so now I'm going to go to drawing the pencil that is in front of me. So if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler. If you don't have one, that's totally okay too. I'm going to first draw the top and bottom of my pencil. Now don't forget here, you definitely want to draw really light. And I kind of like to draw really sketchy when I'm first drawing, so that way the lines are easier to take away. If you draw really dark with a pencil, it's very hard to erase and get rid of. So that's why we like to draw really light with our pencils first. And now I'm coming down here and I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'll add details later. And then I'm going to draw a second rectangle that is a little bit longer. And that's going to be the end part of the pencil where the eraser is. I think this is called a finial. Could be wrong about that. Someone will have to correct me. Okay. Now I'm coming over here to the sharpened end of the pencil. So I want to draw a triangle. And I like to draw really sketchy, and I like tinier lines instead of big lines so that I know I've got it correct. I don't like how we're dipping down here, so I'm going to redraw. Okay, now I want to draw these zigzag lines where the color of the pencil meets the wood of the pencil. And it is a zigzag type of line. Okay, Now, it's important that these are zigzags because every time the zigzag zigs or zags, you're going to draw a line from one end of the pencil to the other. Now, if you would like to include, let's say, a brand of pencil here, or you want to show that it's a number 2 eraser, I'm going to erase some of my lines, include an oval, and block out a number 2. Okay. And again, I'm going to erase the lines I don't need and keep the ones that I do. Okay. Really like the way that looks. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to draw a little tiny curved arc to show where the lead is. Now, the last piece that we haven't drawn are all the lines inside of here. This is the metal part of the pencil that connects the eraser to the wood. So I'm going to draw some vertical lines. Looks like there's a little bit of space. And some more vertical lines. And it looks like there's maybe an indent here where the metal part is pushed in to keep the eraser in place. So I'm going to color that in as well. This is looking great. So now I'm going to go and clean up some of my lines. Make this drawing look a little bit more finished. Okay, now I'm going to apply some of the techniques here that we learned about that I showed you. So I'm going to color underneath each of my lines a little bit of shading. Not a lot, just a little bit. Make sure you don't touch any of these so you're not moving around the pencil lead on your paper. Okay. I'm going to lightly take my finger and go over all of those. And so that I've rubbed some of that pencil all over. And now I'm going to remove some. So now I'm getting 3 different shades in here. I've got the dark that I colored in, the medium that I rubbed in, and the light that I'm erasing. And if you erase too much, it's okay. You can go back and add more. Now, to make all these lines look way better, I'm going to go in and actually add a contour line. And if you make a mistake, just go back and fix it. Remember, it's just a pencil. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is a really good exercise for learning some drawing techniques. This would be great for your sketchbook. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade my pencil eraser. I'm going to make it really dark. Remember to use the side of your pencil, not the tip, so that we can go in and we can take away. And when you like the value that you have, you can stop. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to erase a little highlight on the end of my pencil. And then I'm going to go around the edge and make it darker. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and finish this drawing up real quick. I'm going to add a bit more shading over here in the corner and make things a bit darker on my eraser. Just for some shading to give it some 3-dimension. And you can go in and blend these two together. I'm also going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to make things really dark down here at the bottom and light and medium. I'm using a different finger each time to do my blending so that I don't add too much darkness or mess up my shading. And then you can always go back and erase. And then of course the end of the pencil should be very dark. So I am using the tip of my pencil to color that in. Okay, my pencil is looking so great. If you want, you can go in here and to make it look like metal, you want it dark on the ends, medium in the middle, and you want to leave a shine mark in the middle. And you would do this for any place that might be metal on your pencil. And you would do that for the whole thing here. If you want to make sure you see each piece of this, you want to make sure you really go in and you outline the sections of this. So that they still stick out. These steps are totally optional. If the shading is a bit too hard or advanced for you, you can just keep the outline. And then just go in and do some blending. Okay, so this is probably where I would stop on my pencil. I'm really enjoying the way it turned out. Now, if you're looking for more of a cartoony pencil, I would stop right about the time where I started to do the shading, but keep everything else. Otherwise, guys, I can't wait to see what you do with your pencils and how you make them look 3D and your shading and what else you can draw with just using a pencil, paper, and an eraser. Okay, guys, bye.